But we come here today to say justice or else. Well, I came for some or else. Black Power, Minister King Samir Shabazz, Black Riders Liberation Army, National Minister of Defense, and we're out here in Washington, D.C. on the ground of where all the evil takes place. We're on the ground where hell itself exists. We're on the goddamn ground where there's no good bastard Ronald Reagan, there's no good faggot J. Edgar Hoover, there's no good puppet Barack No Drama Obama, from George Washington on down to every goddamn cracker slave master president. We're here on the ground. 10, 10, 15, justice or else. And I will continue to say the white man is still the devil in 2015. Justice or else.
Protect the black woman and child.
We in the building.
Protect the black woman and child.
King Leon X.
Did you guys know that the white is killing? Did you guys know that the white in this flag? Did you know that this white is for the skin? Don't forget the white defeat.
Protect the black woman and
Protect the black woman at any cost. Black power,
Black power.
YG preach. See money.
Yeah.
All we do is see money. Black power.
Yeah.
Like you. They tried to hide the truth in these textbooks. And for 20 years, we tried to rock the vote.
The fat cat from the 54th curve, nigga. Look, peace and black power, y'all. We out here for motherfuckers. I hear foolishness this morning, you know what I'm saying? I'm asking niggas, where y'all at? Niggas ain't out here. If I don't see you, it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? If you from the DTK and you ain't out here motherfucking representing and standing up for fucking manhood, something wrong with your motherfucking ass, and I'm gonna look at your ass sideways every day from the day. So I want y'all niggas to know it's peace and black power out here. With this many black people, something good bound to happen, man. We gotta get something out here. Niggas came out here to build and motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, find solutions, man, to everyday motherfucking problems. Like motherfucking being black in public. It's fucked up out here, man. We see this shit every motherfucking day. And I ain't motherfucking mad. I wasn't just mad when Trayvon Martin got killed. I'm still mad. That's why I'm out here today standing in solidarity with motherfucking peace and black power and black motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So straight black pride is all over the world, man. Our people are, we understand that we're not homosexuals, we're not pedophiles, we're not interracial daters, we are black. Black men supposed to love black women supposed to love black men. We're supposed to be together and build black families, not mixed families. Black. We're a black mother and a black father where we show some loyalty and respect for one another. That's the new movement, a black family movement. We're not trying to make anybody feel good, and we don't care if anybody is offended by that. Because if you're offended by black men and women coming together and building families, something's wrong with you, not us. And if you got a problem with that, then we have to fight, because that's our obligation to our ancestors to continue to build strong black families. And so that's what we're going to continue to do. So we out here today sharing some information with our brothers and sisters, and we appreciate the brother coming to give us a chance to say a few words to our brothers and sisters. We love you. Straight black pride.
Black woman, you are not the second self of man alone. You are the second self of God. And as the second self of God, any man that would disrespect a female is an enemy of God, because she is the greatest gift from God to a man.
My name is
Raya E. King Takar. I'm a former New Black Panther member and a former Midwest Regional Lieutenant for the African American Defense League, and I'm a mentee under Malik Zulu Shabazz. And what I feel like by what's going on out here, you know what I'm saying, we have to give these crackers an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about it, you know what I'm saying, but talking about it ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Ferguson, you know what I mean? Ferguson from Missouri where Mike Brown was killed. I was born and raised in Canfield. That's where Mike Brown was crucified by the police. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that the only way that these white crackers can feel that what we going through, we gonna have to pick up a gun. Point blank period. Because them crackers gonna keep on shooting us. You know what I'm saying? If we just sit back and relax in this protest and march, all that march ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. All that speaking ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. What it's gonna take is for them to feel the same pain that we felt. You know what I'm saying? Because if Bob or John that felt the pain that Mike Brown mama that felt, or Von Derek Myers mama that felt, Trayvon Martin mama that felt, or Eric Garner mama that felt, you know what I'm saying? Or that 12-year-old boy that got killed in Cleveland, Ohio by the police for a goddamn play gun, you know what I'm saying? Then they'll feel our pain if Bob or John's son get popped. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying we need to shoot kids, you know what I'm saying? But what I am saying is that we need to let them feel our pain. You know what I'm saying? It's too many grandmas, grandpas, uncles, aunties, mamas, and daddies crying because they done lost a loved one by the hands of the police. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna have to die. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have to die. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I mean?
Tell them what happened to you, man.
Oh man, I got locked up, brother, for assault on a police officer. You know what I'm saying? Second-degree assault on a police officer in front of Ferguson Police Department. You know why I had assaulted that police officer? Because that police officer had the nerve to lock up the woman, right? I'm like, okay, that's a regular old lockup, right? But when he grabbed her and he lifted up and slammed on her face, I picked up that rod and did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Right is right and wrong is wrong. They'll only feel the pain if it happened to them. You know what I'm saying? Flat out. You know what I mean? That's the only way I can put it. You know what I mean? If we just sit and just march and talk about economics and we talk about, oh, we need to do this, for us and physical wise, nothing gonna happen. Cause that's bumping your gums, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? Instead of bumping your gums, when the officer pull out his gun, start bumping that gun. You know what I'm saying? For real. That's the only way they gonna feel our pain.
Black power! We got power, y'all! Black power! I tell you we ain't got power! How many of y'all never even rose your fist and screamed black power? That's right! You're not gonna get fired! Come on, raise your fist! Black power! Black power! Black power!
And it is the face. There are the faces of the people that are killing the black people right now are these white police officers. And my concern is that not that you've got that gun in there, but that you've got that hate in your heart and that because that's what's killing us. That when you look at me, my skin is what you see, and you're that's my problem.
See, when we say it's the system, that's just a trick word of saying it's not the white man.
No, I do think
white
it's the white man
is the
but
system.
I think that's not the only problem.
Check it out. The white man is the system. See, if you have a white spider and he weaving webs all over the universe, right? And you just tear down the web and leave that white spider intact, all he gonna do is weave another web. So I'm here to tell you it's not just the system, it's the white man. It's his system. He's the one that's building up the system.
Okay, so how do we combat it? My mind in combating that is that I've got to say, hey, if you're not a part of taking down the system, then you're a part of keeping it up.
You combat that with black love and black unity and supporting your own. No more spending your money with the white man.
What I'm gonna do is I'm a total anti-white gangster. You understand?
There you go.
Whatever that cracker is for, I'm against it.
There you go.
You feel me? I don't talk much and deal with my people any. But when it comes to that white man, that's when I'm gonna fight.
Right.
Whatever that bastard is for, Baba is against it.
We got the African sneaker, first African history in this, first African sneaker in the history of America, representing the red, black, and green.
Red, black, and green. Let me
Sneakers
zoom in on that. Y'all see that?
Yes.
Look at that. Huh?
Yes. Check the shoe game out too. They're doing live.
How much those going for, brother?
$40.
$40, man. You can't beat that, man.
And $5 going to the community.
Come on, man.
You know we doing.
Buy black, wear black, stay black.
That's right.
What's up, African?
How you gonna be for How you gonna be against white power when you financing Adidas that's owned by the Nazis? You know what I'm talking about? And Puma.
Right.
I'm talking about we create
It's time,
style.
black man.
You know what I'm
We got to
saying?
move from the competitive plane of capitalism to the creative plane.
That's right. Check out the shoe game.
When you create, when you become a producer, hey, peep
Hold on, let me
the
get-
RBG
There we go.
on. Yo, I need those.
They ain't even got no close-ups to these out there like that. Yeah,
Black
power, baby.
Black power is all power.
There we go.
Hey, we out
Black power,
here.
y'all. We out here.
Now, through the womb of a woman, every great one was born, and every no good one was born. But my dear sisters who are here today, if you are expecting, I would love for you to place your right hand over your womb. And I want to ask Allah that every woman who is pregnant, that she would bring her child to term. And I pray that that child will be a warrior for a brand new world.
With the Huey Newton Gun Club and founder of the Black Women's Defense League. The Black Women's Defense League was founded in order to support black women as far as dealing with domestic violence, rape counseling, teen pregnancy, all of the issues that affect black women, police brutality, and to assure that no more Sandra Bland's, Rakia Boys, any more black women are maimed and murdered at the hands of our so-called justice system, but more so than that, to build our communities. They say if you educate a black woman, then you educate a nation, and I believe and know that and understand that. And there's so many black women who are willing to do the work that's necessary with very little fanfare, very little talking. It's become important to me to make sure that we get in contact with that aspect of our communities and do what we can. I'm looking to create chapters across this country, as many as are possible, for dedicated people who are really willing to do the work. You can contact me at 828-REVOLT-0. Send me an email at blackwomensdefenseleague@gmail.com, or you can find me on Facebook under Black Women's Defense League. We have a like page. Peace and power.
You need to rap. This is a BK veteran. Let's be clear. Because when we do these lectures and we come out with our new names and our attributes, and our agendas, there's always a history that we come with, you know what I mean? So I just want to salute this brother, hail him up, because I know where he came from. You understand? Like I know his history, and I know how he was in these Brooklyn streets. So what it is that we're doing is we're coming into the community and we're bringing this information. But when we come into these communities, we don't represent ourselves. He represents 1 million soldiers in these streets.
That's still stuck.
And the brothers behind the walls that's stuck. And the brothers that's underground that's stuck. That's who he represents just in his person. So what it is that he does, so when they see him on your channel and when they see him on Sinetta TV, so in the streets that he comes from, where they remember the work that he did, and these young dudes, these young guards is listening to his stories on some urban legend shit, and they see him turning a new leaf, or rather carrying on at a higher frequency, that in itself is life changing. That's inspirational. That's the motivation. You know what I mean? And that's the shit that I'm talking about. Like, I salute the brother because he could be doing so much other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right. But he's here. He's shutting things. You know what I mean? He's doing what he's doing. He's loyal to his platform. You know what I mean? And he's strong in his foundation like he was in the streets. But now he is able to apply consciousness, what I like to attribute street consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Something that's more powerful and more scale, more measurable, right? Than book knowledge or pontificating and all of that other stuff. I could show how street knowledge and the information that we're dealing with has changed, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Worlds and saved generations and whatnot. So I ain't gonna be long-winded, you know what I mean?
Good.
I'm just hailing the God and whatnot.
Red
you know
Pill.
what I'm saying?
What's up with Bomani and Shay Black? Where they at?
Oh, they, you know what? Shay
We gotta give
traveling
them a
the country.
shout out. Give them a shout out.
Yes,
Bomani and Shay
shout
Black.
out to UFG
We ain't forgot
United
y'all
Front,
brothers.
Brother Bomani,
Yeah.
Brother
Oh,
Che
shout out
Blickety
Bomani.
Black, straight like
Ambassador
that.
O.
Ambassador O, the whole UFG movement, Brothers Keepers, Queen Jasir. Yo, I mean, yo, we building right now, man.
Exactly.
We really building. Sister Keisha, King Shaman, the whole Straight Black Pride movement in New York.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's trying to really free our people and do what they can to help us out of this situation, man. That's very important. We need all hands on deck right now. We need all hands on deck. All of us need to chip in, man, and do what we can do to help lift our people.
Yeah, so I want to thank everybody for coming out here. Everybody looks so beautiful. It's great to be here on this momentous occasion. Before I get to work, the primary line of business right here is on behalf of this wellness center. I want to raise this money for our family in South Carolina. Y'all know about that flood out there. Okay, we got a lot of our brothers and sisters from the RBG community out there. Okay, that's not going to get the same love and the same attention as the Caucasoids that's out there. You know how they do. They knew it was going to get like that, and again, it's always short notice. But we can't beseech these people that we are calling our enemy when we're in a state of crisis and then complain when nobody responds in real time for our people. Frankly, we shouldn't have to put out a petition to another race to look out for us. When they murdered our sisters in that church, about 6 of them, when they murdered our sisters in that church, that white man went in there and shot up everything. Our brothers convened in prayer the next day, knowing that they was murdered while they was praying the day before. Our brothers called the same white man to help protect and defend them from the white man that killed them. So I'm not one to call on the enemy when black folks are in their time of need. In my state of mind, there's enough of us in this community where we should respond to them in ways where they have to say, hold up on all the funds. Hold up. And first of all, what I'm going to talk to you about is making sure we have a contingency plan for these things state to state. Because we shouldn't wait until a tragedy transpires for us to come to our senses and realize we need to send some money over there in the first place. So that's what this discussion is going to be about today. It's going to be a preemptive strategy to which that we can employ for events that may transpire and simply for the events that we want to precipitate that works in the better interests and needs of our particular people, our people. These are things we have to figure out. So the first thing I'm going to do, right, and I want to give a crazy shout out to Malik Zul Shabazz, one of which I accept as one of my main teachers in coming up. He actually is the first person that put me in front of a large audience in Harlem, New York, in a church. First time I ever spoke to a large audience was because of Malik Zul Shabazz. Whenever he used to come in town in New York, he used to have me open up for the new Black Panther Party. This was when I was kind of straddling the fence and I was semi-conscious, semi-crip. I was still gangbanging and teaching at that time. And Malik Zul Shabazz really pulled me in and helped me cultivate that warrior spirit in me, and eventually I evolved completely into a teacher, thanks to Malik Zul Shabazz. And he's the reason why I'm here today as well. So I know he was taught by one of the bravest, boldest, and most beautiful black men to ever step on this planet, Dr. Khalid Muhammad. So anybody that learned from that man, we should always qualify his genius and qualify his decision making. So I want to give Malik Zul Shabazz a round of applause. Now what I'm going to do, put my money where my mouth is, I'm gonna put $100 towards the fund, and I'm gonna ask anybody else has $100 that they can match for our family in South Carolina. Okay? Who has $100? There you go. We got a brother up there. Raise your hand. There you go. Give him a round of applause. Let's get that brother there. Who else has $100? Here we go. We got another $100. There we go. See? Got $100 up? All right, cool. I didn't want to do it like the auction when you accidentally scratch your nose and then you're like, oh shit. I wanted to make sure. That's why I kind of looked at you sideways so we didn't blow your spot just in case. All right, so that's good. So let's give this brother a round of applause. Shit, we need y'all in New York when we doing this. Goddamn.
When we leave here, are we gonna open up businesses? Are we taking our children out of the white man's school?
Yes,
Yes, we are.
Talk to me about this. Is we for real about this? Are we supporting black on black?
Very pertinent questions.
Go ahead.
So it sickens me to see brothers walking through the Million Man March anniversary and still got white bitches on their arms.
No, they don't.
It sickens me to see black women
They don't.
with Robert on their goddamn arms. And yet we have to face, when we leave here, police brutality in our own community.
That's right.
Huh? Homosexuality in the schools in your communities.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Pedophilia
Yes.
in your community.
Your family.
But we come here today to say justice or else.
Right.
Well, I came for some or else. Huh?
That's right.
I came for some real or else.
That's right.
I'm tired of hearing about justice or peace, and the white man still murders our babies every day. I'm tired of hearing goddamn justice or peace, no justice, and we ain't burning down a cracker school. We ain't even spitting a spitball at a cracker's vehicle.
Exactly.
Let alone talk about no justice, no peace. So I came for some or else today.
I am too.
And damn it, if we gotta pop it off,
Pop
to
it
make
off.
the white man completely understand.
Thank you.
This is not just another day.
No, it's
This is
not.
not just another
And
damn
we need to
march.
make a statement
This is not
today.
another damn rally.
That's
Damn
right.
it, this is justice or
That's
else.
right.
So if you ain't for the or else,
Delete.
if you say you want some justice, well hell, you gotta get some or else to get some damn
That's right.
justice.
That's right.
Cracker don't respect no damn talk no more.
No, he don't.
Huh? He don't respect no marching and singing and boot licking and moonwalking anymore.
Let me ask you this.
I'm gonna say this, and I said it before earlier today, and I think it's important to say. And it's not just because it's the issue that we deal with, it's because it's the issue that African people are dealing with worldwide. Anytime we get an audience of African people, we cannot miss the opportunity to talk about sexual abuse and preventing sexual abuse of black children. And we cannot miss the opportunity to tell our people that this homosexual war against our people is an assault. It is not part of our culture. It is not nobody's right. The black man does not have a right to want to sodomize another male. That's not a right. It's a sickness. Nobody has a right to want to molest a black child. That is not a right. It's a sickness. And we got to push against this to get this stuff out of our community, to save the young people who don't have a voice to protect themselves from the commercials, from the advertisements, from the books, from the molesters in our community, from the homosexuals that are recruiting them into this madness and destroying lives and ultimately destroying families that will produce children, that will produce a future for our race. When we miss that opportunity, we miss altogether. And I would say that's why we're here, because we're not going to miss. We're not going to wait till 20 years later and say, oh, we missed. Every single chance we get to talk to our people about what's going on in our community, we are going to remind our people that our children are being molested at a rate that's probably 70% of our women in this country before the age of 18 and about 50% of our boys at least. That is crisis, it's epidemic, and it means it's becoming culture, and if we don't change it, it's not going to change by itself. That's something that we have to bring up, and it should have been brought up on that stage today, and if it wasn't, we can't tell them what to do there, but we're going to do it. We're not going to run from the this is my last thing I want to say about this. This is the reason it's so important. What people like to do is pretend to be leaders and say the things that are popular and safe to say. But when the real issues are on the table, that which is going to bring the most hostility from your enemy towards you, that is where the real leaders come in, because they don't shy away. Whatever the main agenda to destroy our people is at the time. Harriet Tubman said we will not be enslaved. She didn't run away from slavery and try to make a different argument or try to talk about what was popular. She ran down there and took our people out. Now Turner said we enslaved, he took bodies on that. He killed people to free our people. When people are serious, Ida B. Wells Barnett said they're hanging our men from trees because our men are building economic infrastructure and they're jealous of that. And so they came out and they lynching black men. And she told her, she wrote it and put her life on the line. She did it when it was happening, not 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 years later when it was safe. So what I'm saying, if you're not willing to take a stand against this, you're not a leader. Because leaders do what's not safe, but they do what's necessary to save their race. And that's what this should be about today. And that's what it's about for us, straight black pride.
2 weeks later, my chief of staff, Kojo Kerala, informed me that Trayvon had been murdered. Understand, before the New Black Panther Party, myself, and the Tampa chapter, including New Black Panther Party chapter in Jacksonville, Trayvon had already been murdered, he had been buried, and also his family had been given $150,000 hush money. So we were going up against all that when we went down there. So when we went there, there was criticism. Where was the New Black Panther Party? But we were preparing to go. And so after we went in, we interviewed witnesses from the community. We went to the site where Trayvon was murdered, but they would not let us inside the gated community. They called out the SWAT team. So I just want you all to understand, this was no publicity stunt. I read a lot, heard a lot. Many have heard of me, partially understood me or misunderstood me. This was not a publicity stunt to get some attention, because I'm not about attention. What I do it for the love of black people. I do not profess to have all the answers, but I'm part of the solution. And so, after we investigated, we sent our information back to Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz. And he conferred with other members of the Black Lawyers for Justice, looked at the statutes of the Florida state laws, and determined that we could put a bounty together and a reward. And that's how that came about. This was no knee-jerk reaction. And so, we did a press conference the day of the historic gathering in Mellon Park where 40,000 black people gathered with the likes of Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, and all these other, I could go into detail, but I prefer to be nice tonight. And so after we met with Al, he invited myself to come on stage because they knew the New Black Panther Party had been doing the groundwork. These others came in after the fight. It's like the Marines, and people who have been in the military can attest to that fight. The Marines always go in and clear the deck. And that's what the New Black Panther Party is. Whether we agree on everything or not, we believe in one nation. We believe in a nation of our own. Is everybody in agreement with that? Yes, sir. Whether we Nubians, nation, Muslims, Christians, we feel the same pain. And so after they spoke, I was invited to speak, but they turned off the microphone and said time ran out. And so 2 days later, Malik conferred with myself and others to announce the bounty. And so we sent it to the media that we were going to announce the bounty, and we came up under intense pressure. Understand, when a black man stand up like that, he's going to be scrutinized. He's going to be slandered, hated. There are going to be death threats. I've faced all that. But I've kept my silence because I'm committed to the liberation of black people. And so they threw up, where's the Black Panthers when dealing with black on black crime? Let me say this. We are against black on black crime, but we understand it's a mental and psychological problem of self-hate that must be treated. You cannot treat it overnight. It's impossible. It's a process. So all the scholars, the healers must come together in order to deal and bring about a complete constructive change. And so after I announced the bounty, intense scrutiny from the FBI, CIA, Homeland Security, monitoring my home, monitoring the movement. So it's easy to get on the Facebook and do all this talking and critiquing against black leadership and black organizations. But are you willing to put it on the line, the front line? So it's easy to talk behind the doors where you're comfortable, when you're secure, but are you willing to step up? And until we unite and step up, there ain't gonna be no change. Today at this march, it was okay. It could have been better, much better. But let's be honest, the youth must step up today. Minister Farrakhan have served his purpose. And we love him, we thank him, and we ride with him all the way, but you all must step it up today. It ain't gonna take one man, it's gonna take a collective nation committed to the liberation process. And so my spiritual revolutionary father, Khalid Abdul Muhammad, which gave me inspiration to man up and stand up. And say, until you man up and stand up, you're not even worth the weight that you carry. And so I appeal to you all tonight. If you want change, you got to be about your business. If you want change, you got to cut back on excess spending, giving these corporations your money, hard-earned slave money, as I would say. You must reinvest in your children. You must teach them a thorough knowledge of self, to love self, and first and foremost, they must be taught to love and respect the black woman, because without her, we're not going to move forward.
Hey, peep this. Hey, Kings, I want to give y'all some bars from the ancestors that's in my soul to the ancestors that's in your soul. I said, all I have in this world is my word and my balls. And I ain't breaking neither for anybody at all. They tossed me overboard. I made friends with the sharks. And I rolled on the back of Jaws. Even Willie was appalled. When they seen me walk on water, they knew I was a god. When they seen me back on the ship, they knew who was in charge. I freed the slaves, and then I gave them all arms. Mr. White Man, it's time for you to feel some harm. Too late to sound the alarms. Savages swarming. This is payback, your eyes ain't gonna see the morning. Use your daughter as a sex slave when we horny. She loved black dick anyway, so she wanted. BBC down her throat till she vomit. Cause we keep her in the cage and only use her for her body. Exploitation for profit is what you taught me. Exploitation for profit is what you taught me. Exploitation for profit is what you taught me. When you captured, sold, and bought me. Raped my mama, castrated my father. Jesus didn't help us, and neither did Allah. Neither did Krishna. Neither did Buddha. Wicked maneuvers. Manipulate their words to spook us. You do it in groups. Miseducated youth in desegregated schools. Teaching Dr. King's dream came true, but where's the proof? Obama who? He was selected before he was elected to be America's 7th black president. Forgotten history, recovered by the internet. Unapologetic blacks like me been a threat. Human liberation or death. Right fist up, screaming black power till my last breath. My actions speak loud around half step. X fucking up the game like a bad ref. You got a problem, come catch this tech. I'm so official in this lyrical business. This verse is a scrimmage. You're my listening witness. Tell the DJ to spin this. These rappers so timid with their feminine image. Mainstream gimmicks. Black emasculation interests. Artists with limits. I'm not with it. I choose my own decisions. And I don't ask for forgiveness. I don't believe in repentance. No matter what, I still did it. If it's truth, I'ma spit it. Sheeple are my only critics. KLX, what's up, African?
Black power.
Preach! The whole purpose and functionality of knowledge is to do what? It's to educate. That's first.
And then liberate.
It's to liberate. Well, liberate is what the actuality that we're trying to get to. That's the destination. Because liberation is a process. It doesn't happen at once. It's an evolutionary process. It doesn't happen in one stage. It doesn't happen with one lecture. It doesn't happen with one perspective. It doesn't happen with one generation. It's intergenerational, and we have to be less romantic about what it is that we're pursuing and look at this in a realistic way in time, space, and reality in which we exist. The whole purpose and functionality of knowledge is to educate, is to inspire. Okay? It's supposed to give you psychological balance and pride, because those, we have to look at knowledge, like my brother over here said, as an applied science. Because if you get educated, and education is always good, it doesn't just liberate you. Liberation is the objective. But we have to work towards getting to that objective. There are steps that have to be taken, sacrifices that have to be made. Okay? So knowledge, or getting information without a liberation blueprint to that, will just make you a better educated slave under white supremacy. Will make you a more comfortable slave under the paradigm of white supremacy. You're not going to use that as a mechanism or a catalyst to evolve or to advance or to liberate yourself and your people.
That's what I mean, man. That ain't just a shirt. Shirts are nice though, but a shoe, that's foundational, man. I mean, it's moving into producing stuff that we have that's practical that can replace all that money we taking out of the community and putting in. I'm loving it.
I always say we feel racism, white supremacy. We put spending with them, we're not gonna make it, man. I mean, your message is powerful, my message is powerful. But if you keep feeding the beast, right, you feeding, right? So one step at a time, we're gonna take that beast from you.
Hold on, let me feed the
Ben, right?
Yeah, that's my man.
That's my.
He on Tim Osiris, he's my man.
Okay, we just.
That's a family. I'm Ross Paul. Y'all just came.
We just came back, and that's my first time meeting the brother, man.
Strong, powerful.
Yo, man, we had, man, y'all, everybody got to come over there.
Oh my God, man. I'm going to South Africa though. Because I like archaeology. I'm going to go to the point.
Okay. I'm gonna go down there in them caves and stuff like that. Yeah, but get over there, man. Come back and share with the people, man.
Man, come on. That's what we do, man.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Genie. Good to meet you. First time, look, I met this man right here. It's all good. Ain't nothing but love, man.
I'm the Ross Squad in the building.
I'm Ross Squad in the
Black
building.
here. This is all black.
Straight black
This is
pride
all
in the
black.
building.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I gotta see this. I like that, man.
I got you.
Yeah, I know what you did. You banged on it.
Yeah, you know how I do.
But look, I'm like Chick-fil-A though. You know Chick-fil-A. I'm like Chick-fil-A. And if they got the right to do it, why is the problem we say we don't support it?
And this is what we missing. People are afraid to lose money. The largest day in the most profitable day in the history of this country for any fast food restaurant was when Chick-fil-A said they was against homosexuality. Right. And the homos came out against them. And then everybody else heard that and rushed that place. Is the most. So they made more money that day than any place. So then why should we be afraid?
They ain't hard on what they was doing. They supported what they support. They don't open up on Sunday. You feel me? They support what they do.
Look, this is my question. If people are worried about 20 or 30% of their financial support coming from a homosexual, then what that means 70% of their support come from heterosexual. So then shouldn't we use our economic power to say, look, which one you want? You want the 70% dollars or you want the 30%?
I think we scared, Jimmy. It ain't no heart in that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm like Chick-fil-A. Go look that shit up. They put money behind not supporting homosexuality.
That's right.
You know, so that's my stance on it. I support you, Jimmy. You fight. You got your back. Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm down here in Washington, D.C. with my brothers, with my family. You know what I'm talking about? We Muslims by nation. So don't never get it confused. But this is Mr. Norris, YBM, young black male, coming from Indianapolis, Indiana. Mile 74, born and raised out of Houston, Texas. I'm with my brothers amongst me.
Ryan King of the Car, former New Black Panther Party and former Midwest Region Lieutenant for the African American Defense League.
You hear that? So hey, we on the or else. Cause we already know what's real and prophesize is they ain't trying to give us justice. So real talk, we just gotta maneuver and God come with that Joshua tribe.